Is it still, oh, it's afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Just by show of hand, how many of us in the audience know SENTECH and know what SENTECH does? Oh, no one knows about SENTECH. Okay. SENTECH is a signal, the biggest signal distributor in Africa. Just to describe what SENTECH does, when you watch your TV, SENTECH is the company that takes the signal from the broadcaster and provides the infrastructure that delivers the signal to your TV. That's what SENTECH does. But also what SENTECH does, it also provides other communication infrastructure, ICT infrastructure, your wireless infrastructure, your satellite infrastructure, and it fulfills government mandate for universal access. So that's what SENTECH does. But today I'm going to be talking about fourth industrial revolution, about skills that are required. As a company SENTECH, we are required to counter technology disruptions brought about by advancement in technology. So similarly, like all other companies, we need to find a way to remain relevant. And that we want to do to the advantage of the country, of the citizens. So what I'm going to do in the presentation, first I'm going to define what fourth industrial revolution and what is the impact, and then look at the skills that are required and what is being done around its state of readiness, and in particular, what are we doing as SENTECH. Just to describe fourth industrial revolution, it becomes easy if we start by looking at the first, second, and the third. The first, it was about water and steam. I'm sure you remember the old trains that relied on steam, on pneumatics. The second one, it relied on electric power. The third one, it was electronics and information technology. But what you should look, or what you should take note of, all of this was about productivity. How can we produce better with minimal effort? So the fourth industrial revolution is taking that to another level, in probably 10 to 100 folds. And by using artificial intelligence and information technology, by taking advantage of interconnection of devices, humans interconnecting with devices. It's about physical, digital, and biological worlds. I just want to run a clip which somehow describes better what is fourth industrial revolution.
Welcome to Tech Talk. My name is Angel. The world is at the brink of a technological revolution that will fundamentally alter the way we think, live, and work. In its scale, scope, and complexity, the change will be unlike anything humankind has experienced before. Industry 4.0, or what is known to most as the fourth industrial revolution, what it is, and why you should care.
So the fourth industrial revolution is the fourth time that human beings have started using advanced technology to solve problems. And they've basically started taking advantage of advances in technology to then find solutions to problems that were previously thought incomputable or unsolvable. It started way back in the 1700s when you had the first industrial revolution. This is when men started taking advantage of steam power to run machinery so that they could do jobs in much less of the time using less manpower than what was previously known. This was the first industrial revolution, and from here we see tools such as the spinning jenny, which was used in the clothing, manufacturing and production facility and industry, and as such you could see that mechanization happened at a faster pace. The second industrial revolution happened when electricity started being used as a means to then power machinery and also for people to have a better standard of living. Because once you have electricity in a factory, for example, it's easy for you to run your machinery. Once you have electricity at home, there's a higher production rate because the working hours increase. And so that was the second industrial revolution, where people taking advantage of electricity and the advantages and the facilities that electricity could provide to make things better. The third industrial revolution, or the third revolution of industry, is the computer revolution, the digital age. Men started using computing power to solve problems. So they started seeing calculators coming into play, more advanced calculators, basic computers or web services. And now we're being faced with the fourth industrial revolution. This is where we're mixing the digital age, biology and biochemistry, and also computing and computing power. So we're coming up with things like 3D printing, and not only 3D printing plastics. We have people that are 3D printing genetic material. We have people who are trying to 3D print houses. You have people who are using advanced technology, emerging technologies, to solve some of the world's greatest problems. So this is the fourth industrial revolution. You see with advents such as cloud computing, where you're able to access content from wherever you are. You can be sitting in Namibia right now, you'll be able to access content that's being put on a server in America. So thanks to cloud computing, thanks to big data, thanks to the fact that computers have advanced to such a stage as to where we can solve problems within seconds that would have a few years ago taken teams of scientists days or even months to resolve. This is the fourth industrial revolution. A period in time when technology is truly taking over and machines are coming ever closer to being able to think for themselves.
Thank you. So what can we say then is the fourth industrial revolution? It connects us with the physical world, but it also connects us with the digital world. It requires us to be knowledgeable. While the previous revolutions, we just needed the engineers to be knowledgeable. In this case, we all need to be knowledgeable, we need to know what is happening in order to take advantage of the technologies. So what is the impact? Some of quotations that show the impact brought about by fourth industrial revolution. It's about machines and algorithms. We need to develop algorithms, make machines think like humans, artificial intelligence. And that will create about 133 million jobs as researched by the World Economic Forum. So while we will lose some jobs, the net effect is that we will create more jobs. Another impact, we will require human skills, not only from a technology aspect, but from sales, from HR, innovators, marketers. They need to be well informed about the technology. Job losses, as well as job demand, will be created. What is also likely to happen, the way we do business will be different. Companies will move from one place to another because following skills. So what will happen is that companies might decide to move from South Africa to United States following skills, but the other way around might happen where companies from other countries come to Africa. In particular, a lot of companies from overseas are looking at Africa as the next destination for skills. So it's our opportunity to take that opportunity and skill ourselves. This shows what companies are doing or are likely to do from now to 2022, the kind of technologies that they will start adopting. It's big data analytics. Big data becomes important in the world of information technology, apps and web technologies. Maybe let me just ask by show of hand, how many people can develop their own website? Okay, quite a sizable number. In future, we will need everyone, whether you are in HR, whether you are in finance, whether to have those skills, because they will be useful for your work. So these are sort of the technologies that companies will be adopting in the next 5 years. So how do we divide the skills, especially from the technical aspect? The first part is about how do we interface with the physical world, how do we interface with the digital world. We need people who can develop those cases, people who have got skills, not only to develop them from a technical point of view, but from a human point of view, from empathizing. How do they empathize with what customers require, with what humans require, so that we can interact with the physical and the digital world. But we also need skills that deals with the infrastructure and the physical entities. Which entities that needs to be put in place? Which networks that are, what robustness that required in the networks? Drones, sensors, you know, there will be billions and billions of sensors, and we want to be able to interact with each and every one of those. And cloud computing. Then the next stage is about the engine, the brain of that has to be complex, and we need to be able to develop mathematical models. I want to ask another question. How many have done mathematics at college, university level? Not quite a lot. I've seen a lawyer from the States who could do differential equations. So it basically means that everyone has to start gaining those skills. But on the other hand, we are saying that the engineers have to start developing the other talents as well. These are some of the characteristics which are beyond the technology characteristics. Obviously, complex problem solving, critical skills, creativity, emotional intelligence, collaborating, cognitive skills, decision-making skills. Those are skills that go beyond technical skills, go beyond what we have known before, and we need to develop that. How do we deliver? In the new environment, you want to produce something and to continuously improve it. There's no way the new environment, like in the past, we can produce a system that does what is required right from the start. As the requirements are known, the system has to be improved. So we need skills, hybrid skills, multidisciplinary skills, continuous delivery, continuous deployment, continuous integration, and collaboration. What is the state of readiness in South Africa? Well, researchers are saying we are in a state of flux. We are in the limbo. It's not quite clear if we are well prepared for IR4. I think I heard someone saying that, you know, we have to start putting the basics. Well, we don't have time. We have to do it quickly. So we are in that state. What do we then need to do? We have to start skilling up. We have to find new approaches to skill up. It's not just about class training. It's also about collaborations. It's also about secondments. We have to find innovative ways of training. We have to harness technology. Let's utilize the technology to help us to skill up. We have to swim outside our usual talents. If we're HR or finance, we have to look at other areas. If we're software developers, we have to think about the human side as well. And then we need to find ways of retaining good talent. These are some of the initiatives SENTECH is working on the technical side, web technologies, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and we are putting programs to skill ourselves for the industry that we are working with. Systems thinking to deal with social aspects of the environment, complex stakeholder relationships, as well as to have tools to develop the technologies that we need to develop. So the way to develop the technologies that we want to develop is not the traditional engineering approach, but now we have to empathize, we have to develop something quickly and fail quickly so that we can learn and be able to get the right solution quicker. So that's what we are doing, and that's part of what we are inviting this fraternity to partner with SENTECH in terms of skills development.